Ladies, a guy can have a girl that is just a friend. No, listen. Listen. I'll wait. You as a girl can be just a friend to a guy, but it means you're ugly. I'm sorry, I know you don't want to hear it, but you just a homie with a ponytail. I don't know what else to tell you, man. Men and women can be just friends, but one of y'all busted, okay? Or maybe both. Maybe both of you are ugly, in which case y'all should be fucking anyways. That's why it's called bumping uglies.
What's going on, YouTube? It's your boy Rome, back with another video. If you're new to the platform, welcome to the tribe. By the end of this video, I hope you subscribe. So I got a video for you guys, a little bit of a compilation, so to speak, about why men seem to have better friendships or tend to make better friends than women do. And please watch to the end because it's going to be a little bit of a build up, but once you get to the end of this video, I think you're going to understand why. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into it.
I want everybody to take a look at this. Boy friendships last so long. What's wrong with us girls? Didn't this one Albert Einstein woman says male friendships last because they're based on hedonism or low risk and like that. Most of them rely on alcohol to get together and tend to avoid any conversations to keep things kumbaya, but on the low they actually hate each other and compete with one another. Oh my goodness, yo. Ladies, I know it's hard to accept that we have better friendships than y'all do, but at some point, y'all gotta stop trying to make sense of our friendships, bro. Me and my homeboy D, we literally, our first interaction was us trying to kill each other, bro. I met him at the gym. He found me hard as hell. I pushed him, and we had to go outside and scratch. Then when the police came and they was trying to talk to both of us, we got cool. Years and years later, he will die for me, and vice versa, bro. We will go to jail together. Talking about we need alcohol to get together and bond. Baby girl, we bond over any and everything. That's why our friendships are pure, bro. Ask anybody with a real male friendship or a bond how they got cool with that person. I bet you it's going to be the most random thing ever, bro. Girls be so upset that we can't have the same problems that they have in friendships. Misery loves company, I get it, but male friend groups don't got misery, fool. I know not all girls may agree with this, but this hyping piece of bullshit got 44,000 likes. At this point, I don't know, man. Facts Kool-Aid, I don't make the rules.
To be honest with you, I would argue some of the things that woman listed, you can actually refer that to female friends, especially when you talk about the part where, you know, they keep everything hunky-dory and they're not confrontational. If it's one thing women do to each other is coddle each other, and they're not honest with one another. So come on now. Let's be a little bit more honest and a little less disingenuous, okay? With all the deflecting. Let's keep it moving.
Men don't have friends. And society starts to make a lot more sense when you realize that men don't have friends. And I know you're probably on the other side of the screen right now thinking, yeah, no, that's impossible. My man hangs out with his homeboys literally all the time. So, like, clearly he has friends. And to that, I raise the question,
man, shut the fuck up! God damn, bro! Shut the fuck up!
Shut up, bitch!
I done seen like 4-5 dumbass bitches say some dumbass shit like this. Damn, bro! Like, but y'all go on motherfucking trips to Miami and fall out in 6 hours, and y'all fall out in 6 hours and goddamn get to telling who panties dirty, but we not friends. Fuck up, man. That shit. Them motherfuckers just be talking.
for real? Or do they just share a common interest? Because if you observe male friendships, you'll quickly realize that the way that they act towards each other is entirely opposite to the way that women interact with each other. Like, if you really listen to a man talk about his homeboys for real, it's not giving friend. It's
hey, a girl will talk shit about their friends to a fucking fly on the wall. To anybody who will fucking listen for real. Like the amount of times a girl done been sitting around me and she venting to me about her friends. Come on, man.
Going on is that all the men collectively have one shared interest and they just like do that interest together. And when one of them decides that they no longer like said shared interest, then they're no longer friends.
You stupid.
You must unlearn what you have learned.
For the men and the men only. Why the are y'all so good at being friends, but you suck as boyfriends? Please. We need answers.
I am so glad you asked. That is a fascinating question with a fascinating answer. Sorry, this is for something else. And the answer, of course, is this shit. You know about money, don't you? I'm sure you remember it from the last time someone gave it to you for free. So the reason that it's easier for us to be your friends is that it doesn't cost money. Relationships cost money. You know about money, right? Have you ever earned money? Have you ever had a job? Was it really hard? Me too. Did it pay enough? Me neither. So then we don't have enough money to be a good boyfriend. We used to earn more than you. This would be the female average and the male average right there. And you were looking for men who made more than you, which was easy when men made more than you. But you didn't like that. You wanted equal pay, and now that you have it, you are still looking for, just like before, men who make more than you. So when we made more than you, we could give you some of it, and that was the act of being a good boyfriend. Now that we make the same, we still have to give you some, which most of us cannot afford anymore, because the average guy no longer has what the average girl is looking for. This large number of women here, this tall line, is pursuing this small number of men here, this short line. Whereas before, the average woman who was looking for more than she had a much higher percentage of men to pick from. So all of these dynamics, all of this stuff about how money has changed the dating market, those things do not matter if we are friends, because this is not what friends are. If I had a friend and it cost me money to be her friend, I would stop being her friend. I have dated a lot of women. I have also had a lot of female friends. Do you know what the difference is? Number one, we don't Number two, they never say things like, you never take me anywhere exciting. You remember Robbie? He bought jewelry for his friend. That part of the relationship is missing. I once had a really good friendship with a woman. She was married. They both had money, and I did not. So when we would hang out, she would buy things for me because that's what friends do. That's why I was able to be a good friend, because it was not out of my price range. Women seem not to understand that they cost money, that being a good boyfriend means transferring monetary value. And nobody has money anymore. It's been a relentless 50-year decline.
We need answers.
The answer is really simple. Think about how hard it is for you to go to work and get paid enough to afford stuff. And then just remember that you are stuff that we can no longer afford. Men have to work. We do not just have magic money printers, at least not all of us. So yeah, the answer is money. This is the situation now. You cost too much. We cannot do this anymore because we do not have this anymore. I hope that helps.
I'm a lawyer. I work with men all the time, and I prefer to work with men. I prefer to work with men because there's no drama, there's no bullshit, there's no backstabbing, there's no side comments, there's no fakery. It's just all logic and getting to the point.
And they won't sue you later for nothing.
And the idea that men don't sue, I think, is not in reality.
In the workplace, it's very unlikely because men have a thick skin and men give tough love to each other, and that's why they get better and better and better and better, because they're always, I guess, taking the piss out of each other because it makes them better. And they're like, hey, bro, you could do this better. Next minute, they're better. You say that to a woman, she's in HR crying, and then you've lost your job and you don't know what's happening. There's
this guy at my work, right? And when I first started, he was so nice. Literally was like, hey, like, whatever. How's your day? He wasn't like exactly like that, but like, whatever. He was just really nice, really friendly, cool people. Okay? He told another coworker, oh my God, I like her. Like, tell her and then let me know how she's feeling. She told me. I said, man's is not my type. I come into work the next day. I'm thinking everything's fine, everything's cool, everything's great. Literally, man's ignores my presence. I'm not even there. I'm air. I'm like a ghost. This man will not make eye contact with me. He will not acknowledge my presence. And he literally, like, it's like I'm non-existent. Okay, cool. Like, that's the vibe we're on now? Okay, cool.
That man stood on business. He was there for one thing and one thing only. Now, I'm a strong believer in you shouldn't be frolicking, messing around with coworkers. I'm a strong believer in that, but y'all gonna do what y'all want to do. Y'all grown ass man. I'm not your father. Do what you want. But that pretty privilege ran out, huh? It ran dry. The well is dry. The audacity for that man to give you exactly what you wanted. You rejected him. You said no, and he just let you be. The audacity. Women have been complaining about men harassing them, but the audacity of that man to comply and not harass you. The audacity. He should be stoned. He should be put in jail even. Dare I say it? He should be wiped off the face of the earth. He refused to be in the friend zone. The only way you get inside the friend zone is if you put yourself there. He refused to be played with. He was there on a mission. The mission didn't go as planned, but he got his answer. And with his answer, he did with it what he pleased. So we know why she's mad. It's not that she wanted the man secretly. No. She wanted to toy with him. She wanted her ego boosted, but it got destroyed because he stood on business. Mission will always be the mission, and no woman's antics, games, her trickery, her sorcery, none of that will get in the way of the mission. He stood on business, he stood his ground, and all men can learn from this situation. All men.
Now, I was so happy when I came across this clip because, first of all, that brother did exactly what the hell he was supposed to do. And two, it proved one of the many points that I speak on about today's women, bro. They feel entitled to your attention, even when it's very clear that they are not into you. This shit really pisses me the fuck off when it comes to women nowadays. I don't understand how women can sit over here and bitch and complain about, I don't know why these men feel entitled to have sex with me just because I want a $200-$300 first date. But then y'all are the same women that'll sit over here and shame a man for no longer giving you attention just because you're not fucking interested. What kind of fucking mind games are y'all on, bro? Let's keep it moving, bro.
Black men don't travel as much as black women? Because I don't never see no black men in men's groups on vacation. It's always
because women don't give a fuck about money. Man, you hoes will go out the country and leave your house with $2 worth of quarters on your dresser and one piece of bread on the top of your fridge. Go out the country, spend every dime that you have, and have fun. Niggas can't do that. I can't party under them conditions. Y'all have fun in the most stressful environments. I don't know what the fuck wrong with y'all. Really, I'm scared for y'all. I seen a girl hit Puerto Rico when she knew the Reaper was after her shit. Y'all dangerous. Y'all do not party responsibly.
And here's yet another case of a girl trip gone wrong. She says, never traveling with a brokey ever again. I left her at the airport. So this friend left her other friend at the airport after they decided to go on a girls trip together, and she did not have any money. She was broke. Now, let me tell you something. There are a lot, and I mean a lot, of broke women walking the face of this earth. There are a huge amount. And they don't see themselves as broke. They just see themselves as temporarily in an unadvantageous position. They're looking for the next dude, or they're dependent on their friends to pick up the tab, but they don't necessarily see themselves as broke. And you can tell in this video that this young lady does not see herself as broke. She just sees herself in a disadvantaged situation right now. Now, here's the thing. When you look through the comments on this video, everybody is upset about the woman who's filming it because they're like, oh, you don't have to expose her. You don't have to put her out there like that. I find that funny. Since on this app and many other social media apps, y'all look to expose men all the time. So it ain't no fun, right? When it's coming from the other side. She's getting exposed for being a brokey. Don't you guys always call men brokies and dusties? But what happens when it's on the other side?
So I'm never traveling with this girl again. So we didn't get to experience one thing. We were here for 5 days and literally she didn't pay for one drink, one thing of food, one activity.
Nothing happened, but she wants to buy like what is this? What type of bag is this? She wants to buy like designer bags and designer glasses and stuff, but she didn't pay for one thing the whole trip. But why would you not pay for one thing? For not having money is crazy to me. And she stole my clothes. I'm done. No, you should have never came out here. You should have never came. Why would you even come? Why would you even come? We didn't do anything. We did nothing. Okay, but how's that my fault? Because
Now I will say this, men, we wouldn't have put each other on blast like that. We would have looked out for each other. Now, don't get me wrong, as men, we're gonna hold each other accountable and be like, "Hey, bro, this was the case, bro. You shouldn't even came." Or, as a man, like the brother said, we wouldn't even wasted our time going if we didn't have it. But as men, that would have been handled behind closed doors. We wouldn't have did that. However, yeah, ladies, I would argue men are a little bit more responsible in terms of traveling. That's the reason why you don't see them traveling in mass like that. And we don't have to travel in groups like y'all do, because women travel in groups to feel safe from men. Men don't have to really travel in groups like that to feel safe from other men. We have to know and be able to defend ourselves. I mean, I'm not about to get into all that. Y'all know how that go. Let's keep it moving.
I saw a post online that said, if you want to see if a man really rock with you, be an inconvenience and see how he handled that. And so many people were mad about that post because they added their own perspective on it. They added words like intentionally being an inconvenience or consciously going out your way to inconvenience somebody. And that's not what we're talking about. The reality is that saying rings true for everyone, men and women alike. We all know people that everything is cool. They're there. They show up when it's all about fun and good times, right? We know people like that. But when I need your help, can I call on you? Because that's what relationships are all about. And I'm not talking about just romantic ones, platonic ones as well. When I need your help, when I need you to be real with me, can I call on you to do that? I had some heavy furniture that I needed moved into my apartment, some boxes. And at the time, I was really feeling his run brother and I asked him to help me, right? He said that he would, but he kept pushing back the time that he could show up. And when he finally did show up, I was already done doing what I needed to do. He didn't want to inconvenience himself at all for me because what he wanted was my draws. And because he showed me that he had no intention to be there for me when I needed him, he never got him. On the flip side, a couple years later, when I moved out my place, I asked a man that liked me if he would help me move. And even though it was tedious, it was inconvenient for him, and it took all day, he was right there with me. And he ended up being my boyfriend. It's easy for folks to be around when things are fun and everything is about a good time, but can I depend on you when stuff gets inconvenient? That's a real question that we need to ask people that we know and love.
I actually agree with what she's saying, but when it comes to the examples that she used and the stories that she told, that's the part where I kind of got to pick at, because when she mentioned the first brother, she claimed she was feeling him, right? But this brother wasn't willing to go out of his way to do what you needed him to do. Were you really showing that you were interested in him? You said he just wanted the cheeks and he never got them. So once again, it goes to show. And see, because here's my thing. She mentioned the guy that did help her out. He ended up being my boyfriend. What was his motivation, though? Did he already clap the cheeks before he needed your help? See, like I'm just saying that part that probably went over a lot of y'all head, but I was paying close attention to what she said. Y'all let me know what y'all think about that part. However, the overall message, I agree with her because that applies to men and women. But let's keep it moving.
I caught her talking to other men, and she won't get out of my car. Now she's crying. So I caught her talking to other dudes. Oh, wow, that must be sad. God, that must be terrible. Oh, man. What were their names again? I love how you said they were just your friends and you were sitting in the mass pictures. Get the fuck out of my car.
This is a perfect example of why when she says that these dudes are just her friend, she is full of shit. Let me tell you what she means when she says he's just a friend. It means one, he's the backup plan if something happens. Number two, it means that they have already hooked up and she's keeping him, again, on the back burner so her body count doesn't go up if the relationship ends. The other thing that it can mean is that she basically chose you as her second choice. So if that dude becomes available, she's gonna dump your ass. And lastly, what it also means is that they haven't hooked up yet. He still wants to hook up. She's kind of interested in it because she's not really interested in you and you're basically just a placeholder. Stop letting these women tell you that these men are just friends. There is literally no such thing. And for every single person that comes in my comments saying, oh, it's insecurity. No, not with Snapchat nowadays, not with all these hidden messages that you can hide on Facebook. You need to be cautious, be aware, stop being naive, and not let these women play you. And lastly, let's just remember that she's only crying because she got caught. Not only is that abusive and manipulative, but what it does is it turns the good men bad. So congratulations on making yet another good man turn bad, where women have no accountability for their actions like this. But what it also does is it ruins it for the rest of the women that are out here actually crying and getting their feelings hurt because men can't decipher the difference between being manipulated and real tears. Okay, bye.
All right, the next clip that you guys is from Olivia Alexa. I hope I'm saying that right. Another YouTuber. And I think this is a really good video to explain why men tend to be better and have better friendships than women do. Check this out.
Hi, guys. I think there's something we all notice but are not allowed to say. So let me go ahead and say it. Most women harbor a thinly veiled hatred for one another. Behind their all smiles persona, you'll often find a cold war and a silent rivalry among women in everything from the clothes they wear to the guy that they're able to snatch. I think this is why movies like Mean Girls is so enduringly popular, because in both its name and its plot line, it says out loud this politically incorrect truth about female nature with a spin of comedy. So like I often do, I'm taking a dive into the psychological and evolutionary biology to explain why this is. There's one fact from history that still presses on us today. Women are a lot less hierarchical than men are, meaning women tend to see their group dynamics on a more equal level in both status and authority. Men, however, have always been defined by their hierarchies. From hunting thousands of years ago to running modern day corporations, the need for survival demands that men arrange themselves into a chain of command to get the job done. But where it gets interesting is that even women are more willing to accept the authority of a man over another woman. This is perfectly reflected in a Gallup survey back in 2014, which revealed that more than 39% of women outright say they prefer a male boss at work rather than a female one. And just speaking from a personal perspective, when I was working a job like a 9-to-5, I always preferred a male boss. These numbers have only recently started to shift due to a lot of societal pressures in the Western world, but they still remain a reality in most other societies. Do you see how this creates two forms of competition? Women, with this more egalitarian view of themselves, makes them less likely to accept the leadership from another woman. This is also why small attempts to one-up each other creates a friction that simmers into hidden jealousy and hatred inside. Have you ever heard of what's sometimes called the queen bee syndrome? Any woman who's worked in a female-led environment can attest to this. The girl boss is often ironically the one belittling and excluding other women in the workplace, almost trying to guard her leadership position like a queen bee. A woman that finds herself in a position of authority over other women isn't so eager to let those other women climb that same ladder and challenge her. And as the gap between their status widens, the mask of empowered feminism drops and the hidden bitchy behavior starts to strongly manifest in an effort to bring other women down. And how does this pan out? I remember Jordan Peterson once made a really great point about female antisocial behavior. Women take the route of innuendos, gossip, and reputation destruction as a primary channel for their anger and despise. Now, what's unique about this is it's often hidden in plain sight. Unlike men who have the threat of physical violence behind every level of conflict, women that hate each other take the covert route, spreading rumors, sending up a bad report, subtle insults, and social isolation. It's this brewing toxic pot that keeps simmering, sometimes ending in a rare but all-out catfight. Men, on the other hand, can hardly afford to be their own enemies. Men, whether it be on the front lines of war or the boardroom of a dying company, they would rather defer their authority and follow the lead of a more competent man if it's for the greater good. And in the event a disagreement does happen between them, due to the very real threat of each side having the ability to completely destroy each other because both sets of men have innate physical strength, issues usually maintain a certain level of decency until their final moment. This hard line doesn't exist to the same degree among women. So when I say that women hate each other, that's what I mean. Unlike men who can throw punches at each other but then laugh it out later, female antisocial behavior spills over in the atmosphere and seeps into every single fabric. From tones to gestures to choice of words, it goes unnoticed but yet infects their behavior and interaction very discreetly. And most often it stays in that state because this festering anger, jealousy, and bitter competitiveness never gets an opportunity to release its pressure. So with that being said, until the next video, I'll see you guys later. Bye.
And you know what? I just realized. I think one of the reasons why what she's saying is so true is that if men operate the same way that she's referring to in that video, these men will be seen as weak, both by other men and as well as women. Men get shamed for thinking and moving like that. So I think that plays a part as well. But y'all let me know what y'all thought about this, all right? If you're new to the platform, please subscribe. OGs, I appreciate the love and support. Make sure y'all hit that bell notification. That way y'all know what I'm uploading. Hit the like button because that helps with the algorithm and helps me reach a broader audience. Also, look out for the travel blog channel, Unplugged Traveler. Link is in the description. Until the next video, y'all. Deuces.